Alafia, Alafia, Alafia. The question is, what happened when you leave ancient literature or ancient scripts in the hands of people that want to stay degenerate? Or what happened when you kind of left ancient scriptures or ancient scripts or ancient tablets in the hands of people that are not worthy to have those things? The answer is they will continue to disrupt ancient knowledge. They will continue to corrupt the ancient knowledge or ancient literature, for the lack of a better word. You see, and these questions or the answers is actually what kind of lead me to some few things we want to talk about now. There has been this trend regarding this sacred word called Olosho in the contemporary Nigerian, or much more popular with the Yoruba society, so to speak. And this has some kind of relation with what we call Oshole in Yoruba. It is quite sad, for the lack of a better word again, that these words there are very powerful words. They are very sacred words, and they have to do with the Orisha energy. Let me repeat that. These words Oshole and Olosho with what we call Ashewo has to do with the Orisha energy. We made some video earlier regarding the true meaning, the ancient cryptic meaning of Ashewo. That's been covered already. In that video, we did reveal that Ashewo means rainbow. So yeah, so that's been covered. Let's go back to Olosho and Oshole. Oshole in the contemporary society growing up, they always say somebody do Oshole, any Oshole. It's kind of related to money, so-called money rituals. And that's very true, but we're not speaking on the money rituals like people kind of accustomed to or familiar with. Like when they say wọ́n fi ẹnìkan ṣẹ́ oṣó or wọ́n fi yẹn ṣẹ́ṣó, all those things. This is what people kind of have in mind when you really say those things, that somebody is being used for money rituals. However, money rituals go on every day. What people do to each other, selling each other out, selling each other for money. You don't have to pull calabash, so-called calabash, on somebody else to use them for money rituals. You could sell people. You could trade people people trading each other for money. People killing each other for money are all money rituals. That includes even the marriage system. People getting so-called married because of money rituals, what they can get from that. Some people just get married to somebody because they have money. They have all this big money they can derive from them. Those are all money rituals. But we don't really speak about that because the society has not been taught that those are all part of money rituals. What they've been taught that's quite being kind of installed in people's brain is the image of a calabash being put on somebody's head, and when you call that somebody's name, the money start raining from somewhere. These are all things that the TV movie industry has done, to the human psyche. So why am I going with these things? Olosho, Oshole. The word Osho itself is dealing with Orisha. Let me repeat that. The word Osho itself is dealing with Orisha. It's got nothing to do with killing anybody or using anybody for the so-called money rituals. So Oshole actually means Orisha. So all these people that are just lying about, they don't know what they're talking about. The degenerate mind of people is what's making them touching sacred tradition and corrupting it beyond recognition based on the way they're thinking. So in Nigeria today, I mean, since time somebody like me came to this world, it's always about money, 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 money. Money, money has taken over the psychology of most people on this planet. And because this what is really running this planet right now, people can't really see any frame of mind or some kind of perception without idolizing the money rituals, you know. So that actually kind of have relation to what we just talking about being Olosho here. Now today they're calling all these women that are actually having sex. I mean having all this money. They call them the Olosho girls and all that. Those ones that high flying so-called prostitute people that you can pay so much money. All these people that go into all this politics and all that, they call them. But Olosho is not that. Olosho means light, and that's the light of Orisha. You know, the same thing with Oshole. Oshole and Olosho are the same thing. You know, they means light of war, light of Orisha. The same thing with what we spoke about regarding Eshumare. Regarding Ashewo, which has to do with rainbow. So Ashewo, Olosho, and Oshole are the same ancestral beings, cosmic beings from the ancestral realm. This is beyond war. It doesn't really matter anymore if we have to really explain these things to people, because majority of people's minds are gone anyway. The only thing they think about is how to get this money by any means necessary. It's like they're saying, get rich or die trying. You know, so all these things, so they put all their psychological deformities on sacred knowledge, of psychological deformity on sacred things like Olosho, and start saying Olosho are all these girls. So they put in sacred knowledge on people that don't want to elevate in life, apart from saying that if they don't have money, then they don't have anything. And this is why there's so much killing, so much destruction on the planet, because everybody wants to have this money by any means necessary. Whereas Olodumare has given the whole world money already, you know, which has to do with the fact that we have to live life based on sharing stuff, the natural resources with each other. That's what the essence of sharing, that's what Olosho actually means, to share natural resources with each other. That's the same thing with Oshole. That's the reason why it's called Oshoile. The light of this planet is Oshole. Olosho is the same thing. The breath of this planet is Olosho. It's going to do with all these fake women talking about the Olosho and men calling them all these things. And Oshole is going to do with what you think Oloshole is. They are all dealing with the Orisha energy, the primordial purity of Orisha energy. So I'm just going to leave it there. You know, so as they say, Agbenu Omiriran Iteja, the clarity of the fishes in the waters. We shouldn't be leaving sacred knowledge in the hands of people that don't want to elevate. We should not be leaving sacred script in the hand of people that do not want to elevate, because it's quite dangerous. We're treading on a generation that will actually destroy so many young people because of all these stamps being put on degenerate things. So I'm gonna have to stop now.